friends. So the other day I had a really great interaction with a non-Lolita person, and then I had the most quintessential bad experience. They hit like every single wrong thing not to do, and it's recently come to my attention that a lot of you watching aren't Lolitas. Which is totally fine. I guess a lot of you like appreciate it but don't wear it yourselves, and I wanted to make this video for you so that if you run into Lolita in person, you can have a good experience and kind of say the right things and make them feel comfortable. Also, if you are a Lolita, maybe you can share this with some of your clueless friends. I feel like a lot of the people that need this video probably won't see it because they don't know what to look for, but I'm trying. I hope it helps. The first thing you want to do if you see a Lolita in person is assess the situation. What are you doing? What are they doing? Is it an appropriate time to approach them? I'll give you an example. Let's say you're at a convention and you see a Lolita walking around taking photos with other people and you want to go up and say hi. Perfect. Maybe you see Lolitas out at a mall having a big meetup and there's a group of them and they're all taking photos. They don't look like they're in a rush to go anywhere. Good time. A bad time to talk to a Lolita would probably be if they are getting on a subway in some sort of transit situation, or maybe they're at a restaurant in the middle of eating. The next thing, remember that Lolitas aren't characters. They're not Disney princesses. They're not there to entertain you. They're just people in clothes out living their best lives. Some Lolitas may not want to be photographed, and this is really hard for some people to understand because they think, oh, you're dressed up, you must want to have your picture taken, and maybe they want their own picture taken, but they might not want strangers to have their photo. And that could be for a number of reasons. Maybe they just don't feel comfortable with it, maybe they're underage, maybe their family or their occupation isn't okay with them wearing Lolita or doesn't understand it, so it's something that they do on their own time, kind of in private. Next, use terminology. Use Lolita terminology. This is such a big deal. When somebody stops me and they say, hey, I love your Lolita coordinate, or I love your coordinate, or I love, is that Angela pretty? What, like, if they show that they know even the slightest bit of information about it, I get so excited and happy. Some things that you can ask Lolitas about is you can ask if their coordinate has a theme, if they're involved in the community, you can ask if they have an Instagram. I don't know, just don't be creepy. Don't be creepy. The main thing is that you want to show that you have respect for their fashion. That will make a world of difference to them between the person that stops them and says, hey, are you little Bo Peep? If you stop them and say, hey, I like your Lolita coordinate, I really appreciate the fashion. I'm going to share with you 2 stories from the day that I mentioned so that you can learn the right from the wrong. I went to a high tea meetup and it was a very small place. We were kind of sitting by the window and this family came into the restaurant and they weren't eating at the restaurant. They literally just saw us in the window and came in and decided to question us. And we were right in the middle of eating. We weren't hanging out, we weren't taking photos, like we were in the middle of eating. And I didn't see them because they were actually they came over to our table and were right behind me, and I didn't want to like turn around to see them. I just wanted to ignore them. So this family just like starts interrogating us. I feel like I blocked it from my memory. Like I wish I could remember everything that they asked, but they were being really pushy about it. And then they asked us for photos and we were like, no, we're in the middle of eating. We're not gonna stop eating. Get up. Pose. For you, like a stranger who's not even supporting this restaurant, who's just like coming in to bother us, how can you? And they were so mad and they thought that we were like so entitled, but like they're so entitled, holy shit. They were like trying to shame us for not letting them take photos. Imagine that you were out having a meal with your friends and people came in off the street that didn't know you and just started interrogating you about what you were wearing. So that same day I was heading home. I think I was just like hanging out a little bit afterwards at the Eaton Centre, which is a big mall in Toronto, and I was a little bit shaken after that whole experience. I was kind of like, no one talk to me, fuck you. That's also a really important thing to keep in mind. Like, remember that Lolitas have seen and like have dealt with people saying everything you can imagine to them, whether it be in person or online. And this girl stopped me and said that she liked my coordinate, and she asked for a photo, and it was really nice. It made my day. I feel like this advice can be used for cosplayers and like other fashion people and just people in general. I hope that this helps and that you have good interactions with Lolitas in the future, and that Lolitas have good interactions with the public. Till next time, stay lovely. And don't be a creep!